Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today, we're back with oxygen not included, and we're gonna pick up where we left off last time. I think it is time to send one of our dupes straight through the teleporter, so let's do that. Alright, and here we are back in our base. Everything is still in order, that's just how we like it. So let's take a look. We want to go through the teleporter, but who are we going to send through there? Well, let's figure that out. Last time around I said I had bigger plans for Leafy, and those bigger plans are now coming to fruition. Leafy has everything that we can possibly want from somebody going to a far, far away asteroid. He can dig, he can build, he can cook. He even has a masterworks in decorating. He has improved carrying and improved strength, so he can haul around stuff like it's nothing. So I think before we do anything else, you are gonna get a new hat, because you are going to be our super duper hard digger. Yeah, so let's make sure the hat is on properly, and we're gonna go straight through. So here we have our teleport transmitter. Let's take a look and let's find Leafy. Where you at, Leafy? There you are, and let's send you through there. Let's see what happens. And here's Leafy going through the teleporter and gone. And reappears over here. Okay, let's take a look around before we do anything else. We have a ration box with some nutrient bars. That's a good start. 13,000. Cryo tank. Defrost friend. So apparently we're gonna get a new dupe right away. Look at that. That's wonderful. What do we have here? Polluted dirt, mud, dirt. Sedimentary rock, tons of sedimentary rock, that's not bad. But also tons and tons and tons of polluted water. What does the heat overview say? The heat overview is basically livable all around the place, not a big deal. Okay, so we need to first figure out how to get all the water out of the way, and we should probably also unearth this supply teleporter output right here. So, we also need to set up the very basics for our dupes, of course. Which means we need beds and bathrooms and everything. So before we do anything else, let's come over here and let's dig a 4 wide hole out, kind of like this. And let's get our friend out of here. How about that? Can we do this here with a high priority? No, but here we go. Let's see what we get. New event, a frozen friend. Leafy has made an amazing discovery. A barely working cryo tank 3000 has been uncovered containing an auto inside a frozen state. Auto. Cool. Leafy was successful in thawing Otto, and this encounter has filled both duplicants with a sense of hope, something they will desperately need to keep their morale up when facing the dangers ahead. Okay. Otto is thawed. Otto is not going to stay Otto very long, because Otto is going to become Tech, the new bro. Tech, the new bro, is the newest member of my channel, and of course he deserves a spot in the game right away. So welcome aboard. But first of all, we need to get some work done, so let's get digging. And now we've dug out quite a little bit here, and before we do anything else, we need to go into plumbing, and we need to find us an outhouse. So we're going to start off very simple again with an outhouse. We only need one, and we're gonna go into medicine, and we're gonna grab us a wash basin. The wash basin is not gonna do us a hell of a lot of good right now because we don't have access to water yet. We need to get down here first. Okay, so we need to take all this water here. Where are we going to store it? We may as well store it all the way down here somewhere. We need to get a hell of a lot of digging done. All I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all of these little droplets of polluted water here into one big storage tank. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. And the storage tank is going to come probably just down here somewhere. That should be fine. We're just going to dig down right here. I'm going to make sure we have an ample amount of space right there. We'll need another piece of ladder so we can actually get back over there. And then we're gonna dig over to here, and we're gonna build another ladder right here. And we're probably gonna come down pretty freaking far because we don't really have a choice. We need to dig out this area right here inside this abyssalite. It is a little bit warm, but there is not a hell of a lot I can do about it right now. Unless, do we have a different place where we could store it? Maybe right above it. Maybe leave the abyssalite alone. Maybe we can store it all right here somehow. Let's see how much water we actually end up having, because I also don't want to flood those teleporters right here. Meanwhile, just for right now, right here, I'm going to put 2 beds down so the dupes can actually sleep in a bed. They're currently on opposite schedules, exactly as that should be, so one of them is always working and keeping us alive over here. Good. Here's a tiny little bit of time has passed. I have dug out this area right here. We have access to our water down here. Unfortunately, it has a tiny little bit of polluted water in it, but that's fine. Not a big deal. And we have built a tank down here in the bottom. This is where I'm going to try to get all of our polluted water in so we can later process it into nice drinkable water. Also in here we have the supply teleporter. It is now getting activated by Tech the New Bro. Wonderful. Slap it in there. That's how we like it. And we can use that thing here as well as needed. We may have to get some food over. Well, actually, 25,933 kilocalories is more than enough for 2 dupes right now. Not too much to worry about. Okay, let's keep on digging up here so we can actually use this bathroom right here and get the rest of this water here out. As soon as this water here is out, we can actually start with getting our water all over here. And once that is done, we're going to start to build a wonderful base. So really not that interesting in my opinion. So we're just going to rush through this here like it's absolutely nothing. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to build a bottle emptier down here on the bottom. We're just going to pour water down into here. That is literally all we're going to do with that. Not water, but polluted water, of course. So all the stuff that's left over, I'm currently gassing out. We're going to get rid of it and we're going to put it all down here in the ground. And also all this polluted mud right here and this polluted dirt, all of this here is gassing out. And it's gassing out polluted oxygen. That is suboptimal. If we take a look at our dupes here, they have yucky lungs, so their air consumption is increased. Really not that big of a deal because we have plenty of air since everything around us is gassing out. But it's still something, if we can avoid it, we should. So let's also make sure that we do something about that rather earlier than later. Okay, few cycles later and everything is dug out properly. I don't think I need to show this in the video. I don't think there's a hell of a lot of interesting stuff going on. Now we have this area here on the top. We have a little bit of, well, we can't see it, but there's hydrogen in there. You can't see it because we have those dry balls in the back here that just blocks the view. But other than that, we're looking pretty decent. So we can actually start on building some real stuff. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4 high. We're just going to build an entire row kind of like this here. And then we need to see if that is enough to build our standard bathroom setup. That would be good. How are we on the temperature? We need to be very careful so we don't touch this abyssalite right here. Yeah, so we can dig out one more tile all across the way. We have 2 pieces here that are for some reason at 1000 degrees Celsius, and I'm not entirely sure why. We will deal with that when we get to there. So far, so good though. Our temperature, we kept it alive. We have not dug into anything, and we have a cold biome right over here. Oh, that's going to come in handy later, that is for sure. Also, this water here we need to pump out later. And we have a few more pieces that are gassing out over here. So I think I want to get rid of those as well. We're probably just going to build some insulated tiles right here. Currently, our dupes, of course, cannot get there because I forgot something. Well, didn't forget, but have just not built it yet. Very important. And that is our fire pole. So we're going to plop that in as well. Let's get all that done. And if you're wondering how Tech the New Bro got so quickly into the game, well, the answer to that is really, really simple. He A, subscribed to my channel, he B, joined my Discord, for which you can find the link in the description down below. And on top of that, he was so nice and actually supported me directly by joining my channel. And one of the perks for joining my channel is member shoutouts. Of course, you get the highest priority of being in one of the games. Doesn't have to be Oxygen not included, can be different games in the future, but that is certainly one of the perks. So here he is, front and center, Tech the New Bro. Now that we have all this polluted oxygen right here, I mean, we basically have only polluted oxygen. I think it's time to build in a little bit of filtration. The only thing is I haven't seen any sand over here. Do we have to actually send sand over here? We may have to. None of this here is sand. Well, here we have 4 tiles worth of sand, 5 tiles worth of sand, which would be plenty. But currently we can't really get there until we start remodeling this area. Do we have any more sand that is slightly easier accessible? I really don't see any. Well, up here we would have some sand. We could grab some of this here. Yeah, let's do that. That's probably the best course of action. We can dig through the abyssalite without an issue. And we're just going to build a ladder right here, and we're going to come straight up to... I don't want to unearth everything. So let's build the ladder to right here and get rid of these tiles right here. That should be okay. So this sand here will stay. And then we're going to build a ladder construct over to the left. Kind of like this. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles high right here. So we can dig out 4 tiles right there. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. That gives us our filtration. But meanwhile, we're just going to start with a manual generator. We're just going to plop it, I don't know, right here. That should be fine. And we're going to hook up 2 batteries to it, 2 jumbo batteries to be precise. Right now, they're going to produce a little bit of heat. They're not very efficient, I know, but it is all we got right now. We first need to get back up to the level of our other base before we can do anything meaningful. So let's build that. We're going to build it out of cobalt ore, because also, once again, that is literally all we have. We haven't found anything else yet, but that is fine. And at the same time, I'm going to take the power wire and I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to come over to right there. And I also want to come into here along, maybe. Yeah, something like this here, that should work. And then we just need to build a couple of tiles, 1 right there and 1 right here, just so all of this is properly done. And then we're going to go into oxygen. We're going to find our deodorizer, going to build 1 right here, going to build 1 right there, plop 1 right here, and plop another 1 over into this corner. Just so everywhere we are getting a little bit extra oxygen in. And all of these here require only 5 watts of power, so it's really not that big a deal. And we're going to hook it all up. Where we also most definitely want the deodorizer, I shouldn't forget about that, is down here. Of course, all of this water here is outgassing constantly and dumping more and more polluted oxygen in here. So right here is a perfect point. When we look at the range, yep, it covers everything. So we're going to put our wire straight down and also hook that one up as well. Just like that. That is all that it takes. Over on this side here, I do in fact want to build some insulated tiles in. It doesn't have to be insulated really. I just want to make sure that this stuff here stops gassing out. And then here in the top, we need to increase that priority with the digging so we actually can get started on the oxygen. So let's give this here a number 9 priority so they actually come along and do something. That would be nice. There we go. Wonderful. And that should be that. Down here in the bottom, also right here, we have polluted dirt. So I'm going to build an insulated tile right here, 1 right here, 1 right there. That should stop that nonsense. That's going to be good. And just for completeness sake, we're going to build 1 right there as well. Just so it looks like something. And they have now filled up our deodorizers, or have they? No, they have not. There we go. And we are immediately starting to create some oxygen right here out of the polluted oxygen. That's pretty decent. Down here on the bottom though, there is still something that I want to do here, but how are we going to do that? All this stuff here is coming down if I dig through here, because I want to get through to the coal generator first. So right here, let's build 1 insulated tile. Well, actually, we don't need to make it an insulated tile. That just costs extra. Let's make it a normal tile. There we go. And this is how we're going to slowly but steadily build our way through here. At least that's my intention. No, that is not going to work. We are not going to get through here without all this here coming down on us. So the only other option is to go through the bottom. I thought I outsmarted it, but in fact, it outsmarted me. That's how it goes sometimes. We could, of course, which would probably be the smartest thing to do, just pump the water out. But we need a proper reservoir. Where could we build a proper reservoir? We could just build it right here. I mean, there's nothing really stopping us from doing that. We could just get rid of the store here. Let's do that. Then actually build insulated tiles right here. So yeah, we're going to build our water storage right above our polluted water storage, which is probably the smarter way of doing it anyway. That way around, not the other way around. And we're just going to use this wall that we already have here as a natural cutoff point. Something just like this here. And we're going to come over here with insulated tiles. This time it's not going to be an infinite storage. It's just going to be a storage. Right here we have all this polluted water. So we might as well dig over there right away. How about that? We're going to come over to... How are we going to do this? Right over to here. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to dig over to there. And then we're going to dig up and we're going to let the water flow down, but only the polluted water, not the normal water. And then we're going to close this area here off. Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah, that's going to be very good, actually. And there we go. We're dumping it all down there. And now we can just dig over here and it will naturally fall down in a heartbeat. So we're just going to come right along here. There's nothing that prevents us from doing so. Yes, so that's good. And we're going to put it all there. And we're going to build the water tank directly, relatively large, because we will get a bunch of water in here pretty shortly, actually. So let's do that. Now our water tank over here is completed. We have dug out this entire area here in the top just to get rid of all the polluted water, and all the polluted water is now exactly where it should be, which is down here on the very bottom. Now we just need to consolidate all of our water into this tank. That is now #1 priority. So we're gonna dig over to here, something like this, and we're gonna come down a little bit here with a ladder so the dupes can actually reach this area. And where can we find the deepest point? Right here. That's where we're gonna build our pump. We're gonna do it really simple and straightforward. We're gonna build the pump right there. We're gonna come with liquid pipes out here, over to there, and we're gonna just come straight along here. Well, not right there because we can't reach that, but just something like this, and then a liquid vent. Done deal. Now the power also needs to be put in. Come here, power wire. Good that we already have one. And we just follow along our pipe and plop it in. That is literally all that it takes to get the water over here. Then we're also gonna dissolve this unit. And there is more water up here from a cool steam vent. It is really hot. So I would really like to get it down there, but currently we can't. All we can currently do is try to build this as soon as we reach this cold generator here, a germinator, and then make good use of this polluted water down here. Currently, we still have plenty of calories. Our stress level is extremely high. That is slightly suboptimal. How is our oxygen level looking? Hell of a lot better. Very good. Also, it seems like this one deodorizer here is not keeping up with the demand. So what I'm gonna do is right here maybe? Yeah, right there I think. I'm going to build 2 tiles. And I'm gonna put 2 deodorizers on those 2 tiles. And we're gonna make them airflow tiles. Yep. And we're gonna dig this entire stretch here out. That should work. Let's just make sure we give the top here a higher priority than the bottom so we can actually reach it. Also these 2 pieces right there. And that should get the job done. And then we're going to grab 2 more of our deodorizers and plop them right atop here. Of course, hook it up to power. Over here, I think it is time that we start building our bedrooms. So let's take a look. We need 21 spaces, and I think we can just build, well, we could theoretically build it right off of here. How about that? We could leave right here a 4 high space, something like this here, and then build our first tile right here. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Well, actually, let's see. Let's do some measurements. If we come from right here, 21 tiles back, yeah, that's actually perfect. That's actually better than what we need. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly where we're going to build it. Okay, so we're not going to build it up front. We're going to build it back here. That works just out too good to be true. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4 up. And then from right here, we're going to build all the way back to, I believe we said right there. That should be 21 right here. Yes, it is. Good. And we're just going to dig this stuff here out. And then right above us, we're also going to come 4 up. And we're going to do the exact same thing one more time. So let's get that done. And while the top is still being built, we can already build out this area right here. So we leave 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, build 2 more, and then another 4 spaces right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. But after 6 spaces, what we need is actually a wall, just like this here. And that's what that should look like. Great. Now we just need to put some beds in there and some other stuff, some furniture in general. So let's get that done right away. We will need a cot here, cot there, cot here, cot there, cot here, and a cot right there. And then we're going to go to plumbing. We're going to grab us an outhouse. We're going to plop the outhouse right here and right there and right there. And then in medicine, we are going to grab us a wash basin here and here and here. Well, not right there. A little bit of lag or something. I'm going to pull up another one right there. And that is all the ingredients that we need for a nice setup for our dupes. Good. Our bedrooms are now almost completely built. Just a tiny little bit is missing, but I directly want to start on the next project. And the next project is going to be a Great Hall. We need to get the morale up. And the Great Hall is a fast and simple way of doing exactly that. So we're going to build another row right here, and then just 4 up, we're going to build another row right there. And we got to dig out everything that's in between. And all those ladders here, we are of course going to deconstruct. And this here is going to be the area where I'm going to build that Great Hall. So what we're going to do is we're going to build some doors right here, some doors right there. That should get the job done pretty easily and straightforward. We also need to get rid of this area right here so the dupes can actually get there. Also, these 2 tiles you have to go. This tile right here may as well leave. So far, so good. And then we go into furniture and we find us the water cooler and we plop the water cooler smack dab in the middle. We're gonna grab us a couple of mess tables, maybe one here, one there, one here, and one there. And that should be everything that we need. Good. Okay, so this area here is now built for the time being. The stress level is still really high because our morale is really low. So that's why I put in some storage bins right here. So the dupes, when they have nothing else to do, which is probably about to happen right now, can put some stuff into the storage bins. So far, so good. The only and the last thing that I want to do is the supply teleporter right here. Here we have the output, and when we go back to Cellini, let's turn on the speed a little bit. Up here on the top, we have the input. So we're gonna give that a shot. So over here, let's grab a power wire. Let's take a look actually. Yep, right here, this power wire here is barely anything on it. So we are taking a power wire and we're coming all the way up to here, coming over to there and along here. And then we're gonna come straight into, well, actually, let's build it one lower so it looks a little bit nicer and plop it right into there. That's what we're gonna do. Right here, we're gonna get rid of this one and we're gonna build 2 more pieces right there. That is how we're going to build this, and then we're going to fill this conveyor loader here with thimble reeds. I want to get those over there so we can build some pictures. Yeah, those will make the decor overlay a hell of a lot nicer. So in here, we already have max decor basically everywhere, so there's no point. We are not going to have that in the other one, I believe. So let's get this here built, and then we will see how this whole entire thing here works. Meanwhile, let's take a look here at the decor overlay. We are actually relatively high. So what we can do is we should probably do the same thing that we did on the other one over there. We're going to build airflow tiles right here in the middle. Just 4. Here 4. And we're going to do it all along. So the exchange of gases is given. And then we're going to go into furniture. And we can at the bare minimum build crown molding already. So we're definitely going to slap some crown molding right into here. Just to increase the decoration value as much as we can for the time being, to get the morale up a little bit higher due to decor. That should be good. Back on Cellini, it is already built. Look at that. Our dupes here, they are so quickly, it's not even funny. And we're just gonna use it manually for right now. It's gonna be pretty easy and straightforward. We say allow manual use, and then we will find, what is it, an industrial ingredient? Yes, reed fiber. And we set it to a priority of 9. And now let's see. Where are the dupes? Oh, here they're coming. Look at them. Everyone is carrying as much reed fibers as they can. And they're just plopping it into this loader right here. Just like that. And we're sending it over. How many do they carry, each one of them? Only 1? Are we sending 1 at a time? Is that what's happening? No, we're not. We're sending much more than 1 at a time. We are sending tons over there. Yeah, let's disallow manual use. And now let's take a look over to Mukula. Can I rename those planets here? Apparently not. Apparently that's not a thing, but that's fine. And now we can see all of our reed fibers right here, and we have 400. 400? Don't you think that's a little bit over the top? Good grief, that went extremely fast. How much do we have now left over here on this one? Industrial ingredients, we have 255 left. So we may make us a little bit more. Not that we need it, but we have so much water here anyway. So we're just going to turn this valve here back on. That is literally all that's needed. Oh, come on. And just 9999. Give it a enter button and it will do it. There we go. Now this area here should heat back up over time. Shouldn't take that long. And our thimble reeds should start working again here very shortly. Good. And back over here on Mukula. Now that we have all those reed fibers, let's put in some pictures. Let's go to furniture. Let's build some blank canvases. We can plop one right here. We can plop a large one right here. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Just like this, not like that, like this. And then also in these storage areas here, gonna put one right here, one right there, one right here, and 2 in the middle. We're gonna bomb the living crap out of that thing. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Also, of course, in our bed and bathrooms, we're gonna build our standard setup. We're gonna put one of these in here everywhere. And then our crown molding comes in as well. That's going to come all across the top everywhere. Just so wherever our dupes are going, they are getting bombed with a nice high decor. Okay. And the only other thing that I just remembered that I wanted to do is I want to put a few more of those down here in the bottom into the water. Reason being is I want to store the polluted mud and the polluted dirt and whatnot all into here. We already have germs in here. It doesn't matter anymore. Might as well stop it from gassing out. While they're building on the other side, one last look over here. Those polymer presses. How much plastic have we produced? It's got to be an insane amount. Let's see. Right here we have it. We are at 58.9 tons. Yeah, I think we can safely say let's turn this off for right now. I don't think there's any point in producing more plastic. How is our oil storage on the bottom? Yeah, I don't think we can call it a storage anymore. Oh, look at this one here. Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, let's get rid of it. We don't need that. That's made out of copper. I'm not sure why. So they have the entire time they have been down here and actually repairing that thing. Good grief. That's where all of our copper is going. That explains it. But that problem should be solved right now. Also, our water storage over here is getting low. Once that here is empty, we can get rid of this entire thing. We don't need it anymore. Here are a bunch of those things here. Let's wrangle them all. How about we make some meat? How are we on food on Mukula? We are not producing any food yet because we don't need to. We also won't have to anytime soon. We can just send some over if we have to. So it's on my priority list, literally on the very bottom. Not a big deal at all. While we're still building on the other side, I might as well. I just realized, bring over some, let's see where we are. Consumable ore, where you're hiding. There you are. We're gonna bring some coal over. Allow manual use. Well, let's get it done. And then when we have a few tons of coal over there, we can actually start using that coal generator that we have. Yeah, might as well. If we have it over there, might as well use it. And here they come, loading that thing up with a ton of coal. Literally 1 ton fits in there at a time. Dupe comes by, fits in a ton, and it's going straight into our supply teleporter. We can also put liquid through there and gas. Yeah, all of that is possible. We could just can, for example, let's take a look. We could send crude oil into here, send it over to Mukula, build us a petroleum boiler with this volcano right here, and then ship it back with this one right here. That would be possible without an issue. Potentially something that we can do in the future. So now that we have all the stuff here built, and we have not even cleaned up yet, so gotta take that into consideration. Let's take a look at the decor overlay. Oh yeah, that is a hell of a lot better. Maximum decor everywhere we look. Exactly as that should be. Wonderful. The only thing is, this planet here, I mean, we have here a volcano. That is very good. We have a couple cool steam vents and a natural gas case here. Maybe there's more interesting stuff hidden, but this planet here, or better to say this asteroid, is not as interesting as I hoped it would be. Not going to lie. So yeah, it is what it is. But for right now, this is fine. We're going to put some agriculture in here later, probably in the next episode or so the dupes are actually self-sufficient completely. But for now, they can just run around like crazy and fill all those bins here up. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. I considered building an infinite storage over here, but those 2 rows are fine. We're gonna build an infinite storage after that. But all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below. And with that I say thank you and peace.